So we're back and messing around with the Cj-7 again. And I have a little scale motor taken apart. And it is super easy to take apart. It is 4 screws. You have 2 here. Take those off. Then you'll have one in the front. That goes right through your pulley there. Take that off first. And then you'll be able to get this piece off. And then there's one screw that holds your air cleaner to the back. Well, I'm going to paint this up. I'm going to hit it all with some spray paint, tape some things off, and paint this motor up. And got a bunch more stuff going on. I'm always working in a constant state of disaster and projects around here. 3D printers running, stuff everywhere. But I'm going to get this done and go over a few more mods. I'll cover some of them up close, and other ones I'll just show you pictures because it's just glued on stuff. So let's get moving. Well, you can see I got a good mess going on here. But I did get my motor stuff painted up. I like the way that turned out. And before I bolt that back on, I think I've come up with a solution for the lighting. I'm going to run it right through that channel. And then when I put the motor back on, it should cover it. And I should be able just to pull the slack in and out. When you take your body off, you'll have to be careful because that'll be attached through there. But that should do the trick. And now, since I've done the removable hood in the previous section, that back firewall bugs me. Oh, I got some of this. And this is the hot racing diamond plate. And it is not near the quality of the RC four-wheel drive diamond plate. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's very thin and it's not as shiny or pronounced. You can see the diamond a lot better on the RC four-wheel drive, but it wasn't available, so we'll make do with this. I'm going to make some measurements and cut out a piece of this diamond plate, and we're going to glue it in back there and see how it looks. So it's hard to remind yourself to film when you're trying to do a project. I don't want to get too far ahead of you. So if you remove this screw and this screw, you can lean these up, and it'll make it much easier to put your piece in place. Now I have cut mine out, and it slides up in there just fine. Just the way I'm going to like it. So on the back we have our transmission hump, and then we have our 2 holes for the gas and brake and clutch. So I've traced them out, so I'll cut that out. And then when I put the pedals back in, that'll help hold it on. I'm also going to use some of the Gorilla Clear Glue that I always use on this back side. And when you are cutting this, just cut it a little bit on the large size, because you can always cut down, you can't add more. But when you are cutting it down to fit perfectly, careful, these little guys go everywhere, and they do get to be sharp, and they will stick in your hands, feet, whatever. That came out great. I am very happy with it. Now, I did change out to longer M2 hardware. The ones they had in there just barely grabbed, and I had extras, so why not? I am going to get this all mounted up on the chassis and put my motor parts back on, and I will see you there. I am really happy with that. That came out really good. It's kind of bad lighting here on my desk, but wow. And just for the heck of it, I had a little scrap piece from another project laying around, so I glued it on top of the servo because I just figured it looked better than seeing all the factory bottoms of a servo. I'm going to end up doing more with this, but I'm pretty content with that for the moment because I want to get the hood taken care of. So the inside of the hood's white, and I just don't like that either. I am going to use this Rust-Oleum, and if you decide to use Rust-Oleum, make sure you get the one that says Bonds to Plastic, the 2X. This stuff adheres pretty good. Now this color is not exact, but it's close enough for the inside of a hood. So I'm going to take some masking tape and mask around the sides here so I don't get overspray. And then I'm going to go up to my paint booth and just give that a quick spritz. And I like it. So when I was doing my spraying, I was near the end of my can, and I got that funny effect where it splatters instead of sprays. So I got kind of a textured effect going on, and well, I'm not too hateful about it. I kind of like the way it turned out. Once I noticed it was happening, I realized there was no point of fighting it. So I just started shaking the can as hard as I could, and here's what we got. For right now, I just have a driver holding the hood open. I've gotten an idea for a hood hood hinge deal going on, but got to get to that here in a minute. Overall, I think this is turning out great. It's starting to actually look pretty good in there. Now, while we're at it, I did pick up these guys, and I knocked my driver out. But they're just like a simulated hub. I'll get them out of the package here and show them to you, because I'm gonna put them on the wheels and see what they look like. Well, these guys are just made by Hobby Park. They're not a bad looking deal. They're not a bad looking little hub at all, and these are a complete replacement. So these will replace the stock hardware altogether. Because when I switched out to the wheels, the stock plastic hubs are just a little too big, and I thought they just kind of looked funky anyway. But these ones ought to be a nice little addition. These are only like $7 on Amazon. And you gotta use this little wrench. Takes your normal tire wrench and then pops on the end of these guys here. Spin it till it hooks in. There we go. And then once you get those on, then that's what you use to tighten it with. I'm going to throw them on and we'll have a look. Those look really good. The installation was easy. No big deal at all. This wrench actually grabs excellent on both sides. Your driver's side and the side that reaches the hub. Well, that's pretty cool. Those are definitely a nice addition for $7. I'll leave a link for these in the description if you're interested. Not too bad looking. I have figured out my hood hinge deal with my hood prop. So I took a piece of that small little diamond plate that we were using, and you can see I bent it around this piece of control wire for an RC airplane, but you can use any kind of stiff wire. And my plan is to take that, screw it down right here to this already existing hole, and that'll flip up and hit the pin. I'm going to put just a little tiny piece of plastic glue right there so it has a rest. Let me do that. I'll get back with you, and we should be about wrapping this video up. So that turned out really good, and I don't even have to glue that little piece of plastic like I was hoping. It just sets up against there perfectly, and when you're done, I got it measured just right till it sits down there. Hood closes no problem. When you want your hood up, bring that back up, and there you go. Hood prop, diamond plate, a little bit of motor detail. I ended up running the wire that I said I was going to run under the motor so we didn't see it anymore. I originally showed you this side. I ran it down this side. And that left just a little bit of play and stuff down in there, but that is much better to look at than wires running clean across your motor. We have done the ends of the wheels, put nice little hubs on there. I threw on just a couple things in the back, but I'm going to be doing a lot more on that. It's just this video is getting kind of long. Threw our gas cans on the back. And I think this is about going to wrap it up. I'll be making another video. It's been kind of hard to get outside anyway, so I'm going to keep moving forward with this, keep doing some more stuff under the engine bay. And then I got a bunch of other plans for this, so just stay tuned if you want to see what I'm doing, and hopefully this gives you some ideas. I'll leave links to these hubs, and I'll see if I can find the diamond plate online and link that too in the description. Have a great one. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, and I hope you have an awesome day.